Hello everyone and welcome to this very special edition of Sports Outlet. I'm your host, EJ Paras.
I'm Andrew Cooper.
And I'm Rohan.
And with the school year wrapping up soon, today we decided to look back at some of the biggest stories that happened in the wild world of professional sports during the school year. But before we talk about some of our favorites, let's hear from our LTV correspondent who's out on the street.
Thanks, EJ. What is going on, guys? It is your boy here, Kevin Walsh Jr. We are on the street of Alumni Grove asking TCNJ students what their biggest moment of the sporting year was, whether it be on campus or professional. Let's go talk to some students. I'm here with Debbie Meskin,
Derek Kneisel,
Chris Blakely,
Chris Luce,
Nick Agresti.
Grace Sando.
What was your favorite moment in sports this year?
I'm glad I wore a Patriots shirt today because I would have to say when they won the Super Bowl.
My top moment was spending time with my team. I'm on the swim team here at TCNJ, and I just love spending time with the guys, and I can't wait to be with them next year again.
I think my top moment was the Patriots comeback in the Super Bowl because no one expected it, but I'm a true Patriots fan, and they pulled through for me, so.
Wow, what a guy.
Well, I really liked it when the Hamilton Borkers beat the Ewingville Aroos 27-20 bone. There was Fluffles that really, he kicked the spoop all the way around the field, and then went woo 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 woo, and then Bork.
You're right, and it's surprising because it was a real upset.
Yeah, honestly, everyone thought the Ewingville Aroos were gonna do it, but those Hamilton Borkers, they're always full of surprises.
It's been an atrocious year. My favorite soccer team was knocked out of the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and I'm still suffering to this day.
What team is that?
Bayern Munich?
Well, I was super excited when North Carolina won March Madness after last year's upset.
And there you have it, guys. Seems like it's been a big year in sports, and clearly TCNJ students have a wide array of opinions. Let's take it back to the studio with EJ.
We're back and we're ready to kick things off. Let's start off with the historic 2016 World Series. Cooper, what'd you think of it? Any lingering thoughts?
Well, personally, I wanted the Cleveland Indians to win.
Okay.
But I was not opposed to the Cubs winning because they had a very historic win.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's always this thing about I've seen with the trend of sports where everyone gets all hyped up about how they're about to finish this historic run about where they ended drought. But from what I've noticed, at least with hockey and football, the drought never ends. And I don't know what the incentive is. Did they try hard enough? That's I'm just going off topic.
It's almost like a Hollywood movie script.
Yeah, except it goes, the negative way.
Okay.
But here, however, the Cubs actually won. It was a very good thing.
So
but
even when they were down 3-1, you still wanted the Indians to win? I mean,
Yes.
when they were up 3-1, you wanted...
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Can't believe they blew it, though. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I've seen worse leads given up. So
I mean, the Golden State Warriors gave up three games to one against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
That was bad.
So I was like, it was almost like a role reversal for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the Cubs and Indians?
I'm not a fan of the Cubs because I am a Mets fan, so
Okay.
National League is my home ground. Cleveland Indians should change the name, definitely, but that's for another discussion now.
Yeah, right.
And baseball's good.
How about you, man? Do you have any lingering thoughts on anything we didn't cover for the World Series, or that's about it?
Besides, going against what Andrew said, I did want the Chicago Cubs to win.
Okay.
I felt that 108 years without a World Series title, 71 years without winning the pennant. It just made sense for them to come out and to win it after all that. And I think even since the 70s, they only made the postseason even 6 times.
Yeah.
A
lot of years of futility for the Cubs.
Exactly, and then the way it brought the whole entire city of Chicago together, the way they'll celebrate after they won it, it was just, I don't know, just for me as a fan, as a baseball fan, it's hard not to want the Chicago Cubs to win. And I'm happy they won. I wouldn't mind the Indians winning as well because they also had their own drought. I don't think they've even won it in over 60 years themselves. But for the Cubs, it's always been something big in baseball, something that everyone, if you're a baseball fan, knows about. And to see it finally end that drought is just, again, I'm just happy to see and something I rooted for.
Think about Chicago. They're still a sports town, so even if they didn't have the Cubs winning, they still had the Blackhawks winning. The Bulls have had Michael Jordan and his success. So Chicago's still a sports town. Cleveland, besides the Cavaliers, it's just terrible. The Browns and the Indians just not being able to win. After, like you said, they had the second longest drought after the Cubs. So just,
It's another reason why you would want the Chicago Cubs to win, because you know how good of a sports town Chicago is.
That's true. They're not
they
living up to
rally
their billing.
behind their teams.
Yeah.
So You know, they rally behind their hockey team. They rally behind the Bulls when they had Derrick Rose.
Good baseball talk. Let's move on from America's pastime to America's favorite league, the NFL. This year was full of twists and turns, and it ended with an amazing Super Bowl comeback. Rohan, you want to tell us what you thought?
I thought it was an amazing comeback. It was an enthralling game. I wanted the Falcons to win, but even though they didn't win, after blowing such a lead, I honestly wasn't mad. I was just impressed with just how the Patriots were able to group together and just come back in that game.
Yeah.
Really impressive for me.
Totally.
All right, this is going to be a long one. You don't want my opinions on this. I'm going to go out on record and say I hate the Patriots.
Okay.
That being said, it was an impressive comeback. They did not deserve it at all to win, though. I was really rooting for the Falcons. I didn't have any money bet, but I was like really going at it to make sure that I was hoping they would win. And most things with football, they let me down. But that's okay. It happens. I mean, it leads people to discuss, whether it's rigged or not. I doubt it is, though. It just seems like too much work to be rigged. But I guess I could just sum it up as I hate the Patriots. They didn't deserve to win, but it was an impressive comeback.
I feel like it's very easy to hate the Patriots, but I hate Roger Goodell more.
Yeah, no, Roger specifically is like the mastermind that I hate the most about the entire NFL because of all of the stupid things he's done. Oh, I don't know if he's personally the one like instating the rules, but like they're recently instating that celebrations after touchdowns is now going to get a penalty. Like, why? I get it cuts time away from the game, but like, let the players celebrate scoring for their team. It's almost a tradition in the game. Like it just seems necessary to have.
One final thought about Roger Goodell. It was just really funny seeing him hand the MVP trophy to Tom Brady. The whole Deflategate scandal and all that stuff. So if there was anything redeeming about the Patriots winning, it was that. But yeah, I was pulling for the Falcons the entire time too.
Absolutely.
But yeah, now let's give both panelists a chance to talk about a topic of their choosing. Andrew, let's go.
Absolutely. Go so I'm going to be talking about the Columbus Blue Jackets' historic year in the NHL this year. They went out and shocked the entire hockey world by storm by going through historic wins for a goaltender. They had most points by a rookie. These are all just club records, not National League records. Their rookie Zach Werenski broke records for the club with most points by a rookie. Their head coach John Tortorella, who was actually a Rangers coach back in the earlier 2010 era, he broke records by most wins by a head coach by the club. And in addition, I believe it was Dennis Savard had a record of 53 plus minus, which is just being on the ice when a goal is scored.
That's a good plus minus.
It's a dumb stat, but I mean it's a record, so yeah.
Thank you, Andrew, for that analysis. Rohan, your turn. What do you want to talk about?
Well, today I'm going to be talking about soccer. One major event right now going on right now is the UEFA Champions League. We're in the semifinal stages right now of Europe's top soccer competition and possibly the world. We got a Madrid derby, two teams from Madrid, Atletico and Real, taking on each other. And then you also got Monaco taking on Juventus. The Italian Giants taking on France's young up-and-coming team. So it should be a really tight battle come next week when it begins. And then we also got the other big story this year, which was an unfortunate story, the crash of the Brazilian soccer team.
Okay.
The plane crash in November.
Yes.
The whole entire team was lost. But since then, since November, they've managed to come back, sign a brand new team. They've already won their state league. They also won the second top South American soccer championship, which they were given on-MAC entry into. So bright future for them. And yeah.
All right. Thank you for that, Rohan. That's pretty much going to do it for us here. But before we go, we would like to congratulate our Lion athletes who brought home NJAC titles this year, including the women's tennis team, men's cross-country team, and the field hockey team. We here at LTV hope that you've enjoyed Sports Outlet this year as much as we have. If you're interested in joining Lions Television, email us at ltv@tcnj.edu or follow us on Facebook or Twitter. For Rohan Alawalia and Andrew Cooper, I'm EJ Paras. We'll see you next year.